Assalamu alaikum, welcome to my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. The pillars of Hajj. Ihram, the Prophet said, deeds are according to intentions and every person will be rewarded according to his intention. Therefore, whosoever has emigrated for the sake of Allah and his messenger, then his emigration was for Allah and his messenger. And whosoever emigrated for the sake of a worldly gain, or a woman whom he desires to marry, then his emigration is for the sake of that which moved him to emigrate. The say between As-Safa and Al-Marwa, from the Prophet's statement, perform say between them, for indeed Allah has decreed that you perform say between them. Waqfat Arafah. Because the Prophet said, Hajj is an Arafah. Tawaf al-Ifada. Warning. Concerning omitting one of the pillars of Hajj, if it is ihram, then his religious rights are not established since he has not made his niyyah, intention, and there is no act of worship without the correct niyyah. If, however, it is another pillar, then he has not completed his religious rights until he fulfills it. Obligatory aspects of Hajj. 1. Assuming ihram from the miqat, the Prophet after listing the mawaqit said, those mawaqit are for their residents and non-residents who pass through them with the intention of making Hajj or Umrah. 2. Standing on Arafah until sunset for those that stayed there in the day, because the Prophet stayed there until sunset. 3. Spending the night at Muzdalifah, because the Prophet spent the night there. He said, my nation should take its religious rights from me, because I do not know if I shall be with them after this year. He permitted the weak Muslims to leave for Mina only after the middle of the night. This indicates that spending the night in Muzdalifah is obligatory, and Allah ordered the pilgrims to engage in his remembrance at Al-Mash'ar al-Haram, Muzdalifah. 4. Passing the night in Mina during the days of Tashriq, as it is established that the Prophet permitted the camel herders to not spend the night at Mina. This shows that the original ruling is that spending the night in Mina is obligatory. 5. Stoning the Jamaat, Allah says, stoning the pillars is a form of remembrance of Allah, the Most High, due to the Prophet's statement, indeed circumambulating the house, the circuits, between As-Safa and Al-Marwa, and stoning the pillars, all have been ordained to serve as a form of remembrance of Allah. 6. Shaving and trimming the hair, Allah says, (7) Farewell circumambulation, Tawaf al-Wada. As confirmed on the authority of Ibn Abbas, the people were ordered to make the last of their worship to be at the house, but this has been waived for the menstruating women. The supererogatory acts of Hajj. 1. Bathing and perfuming before assuming ihram. 2. Wearing a wrapper, garment, and cover cloth which are white. 3. Saying the talbiyah, starting when assuming ihram and continuing until stoning Jamratul Akbar. 4. The arrival circumambulation for those performing Ifrad or Hajj al-Qiran. 5. Raml in the first 3 rounds during the arrival circumambulation. 6. Observing al-Itibar during the circumambulation of arrival, and this is done by passing the cover cloth under the right armpit and placing the ends of the cloth on one's left shoulder. 7. Spending the eve of Arafah at Mina. 8. Kissing the black stone. 9. Praying Maghrib and Isha prayers merged and advanced at Muzdalifah. 10. Staying at Al-Mash'ar al-Haram, the revered landmark, in Muzdalifah from Fajr until sunrise, if possible, otherwise it is acceptable to stay at any place in Muzdalifah.